Hi everyone! Today we're making a popular yet traditional dish from the south of Yangtze River region in China, lotus root with sweet-scented Osmanthus flower and sticky rice. The name is quite a mouthful, but the recipe is absolutely simple. It can be consumed as a side dish, an appetizer, or a dessert. So let's get started. Ingredients are mostly mentioned in the name. Lotus roots, sticky rice, and some rock sugar, black sugar, dates, Osmanthus flower syrup for flavoring. Step 1. Fill the lotus roots with sticky rice. Soak the sticky rice in water for half an hour. This will make it easier for the rice to get cooked later. In the meanwhile, we'll wash and peel the lotus roots. Lotus root is actually not the root but the subterranean stem of the lotus flower. It is a great source of vitamin, protein, and dietary fiber. Because the lotus roots are pulled out of the muddy water, so I'll give it an extra scrub to make sure it's clean. Also, make sure to pick the full lotus roots from the store rather than the ones with ends open, otherwise you won't be able to seal those chambers later. Now peel the skin. Then chop off one end of the lotus root. As you can see, there are many pea-sized holes in the lotus roots. Lotus roots grow underwater in the mud with little air, so those holes can help to bring the extra air in. If your lotus root stem is very long, you can chop off both ends, which will make the rice inside cook faster. Now fill the soaked sticky rice into the little chambers of the lotus roots. The fastest and the easiest way is to take a handful of sticky rice, put on top of the chopped surface, massage them into the chambers, and tap it against the table to shake them down. You can also use the chopstick to force it down and make sure it's packed. Repeat the process until they're filled. Use 5 to 8 toothpicks to pin the chopped ends back, so the sticky rice can be sealed and get cooked inside. The sticky rice will expand after getting cooked. In order to prevent spillage, you can leave some space while filling and seal tightly. You can trim the protruding toothpicks so that they're more secure in place and the lotus roots can fit in the pot better. Step 2 is to simmer. In a pot or a pressure cooker, add in the filled lotus roots, rock sugar, black sugar, dates, Osmanthus flower syrup. Add the water to the level of the lotus roots. Bring it to boil and simmer on low to medium heat for 1.5 hours. If you have a pressure cooker, you can reduce the time to 1 hour. After it's simmered, take off the lid. You can see that the water level is greatly reduced and the lotus root's color is slightly darkened. Now keep the lid off, turn on high heat to thicken the broth for about 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, occasionally scoop some sauce and pour it back onto the lotus roots to keep them moist. If you're using a pressure cooker, take off the lid and turn on the sauté mode. When the broth starts to create big bubbles and becomes thick and sticky, turn off the heat. We have turned the broth into perfect black sugar and date syrup, and the lotus root is now ready to be plated. The last step is to plate. Take out the pinned ends. After being drenched in black sugar syrup for a long time, lotus roots look a lot like a ham. Slice the lotus roots for easier consumption and plate them. Drizzle some thickened black sugar and date syrup made from the lotus root broth. As well as some flower syrup on top. And the dish is finished. The crunchy lotus roots become smooth and soft after simmering for a long time, perfectly fused with the texture of the sticky rice. The sticky rice in turn soaked up the essence of the lotus root. Osmanthus flower is very fragrant, adding a nice floral hint. Black sugar, rock sugar, and Chinese dates gave the lotus root a honey coating and just enough amount of sweetness. Together, they make a beautiful dish like the spring near Yangtze River, where the dish is originally from, moist, smooth, and aromatic. I hope you like this recipe and stay tuned for more recipes like this.